Have you seen Netflix's new drama comedy show, Beef? Well, get ready as we take a look at some interesting behind-the-scenes facts about Netflix's Beef. Stanley Tucci's role as Amy. When it comes to the role of Amy, there's no doubt that the actress Ali Wong has nailed the role to perfection. It's absolutely true that through her personification of Amy's character, Ali Wong has been able to vividly capture all of the wide range of emotions that Amy's character feels, in addition to her rage, which happens to be an important part of Amy's personality. Being a mother and a businesswoman, there's no doubt that Amy's life tends to keep her busy, and she does face a ton of emotions that she has to maneuver through every day. However, before Ali Wong had been cast for the role of Amy, the directors had other plans for Amy's character and didn't envision it like it is today. Moreover, in their opinion, Amy should have been played by someone else, and the someone else they had in mind was Stanley Tucci. Well, we're sure that if Stanley Tucci had been hired as Amy, the show would have had a very different direction, as Stanley Tucci would have brought his own comedic and dramatic element to the role. Well, even though Stanley would have taken the show in a different direction, we're really glad that Ali Wong got selected for the role of Amy Law and got her chance to shine and bring the character to life. Before we get into more of this video, if you're liking our content so far, then do be sure to smash that like button. Also be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications button so you can be notified every time we post a new video, as well as be updated on some interesting facts about the shows that you're currently binge watching or have probably binge watched already. George's sculptures. Now that we've talked about Amy Law's character, let's also take a look at her husband's character. Amy's husband, George, played by Joseph Lee, is a stay-at-home dad who also happens to be a sculptor. While Amy is out working as a businesswoman, George stays at home, takes care of the kids, and makes sculptures. While George might be an excellent dad, his sculpting skills aren't exactly that great, and he's known as a struggling artist who's still trying to get his big break. While in the show we see George sitting in his basement and making these oddly shaped sculptures, in reality, these sculptures are made by the art department of the show. We know it seems like a really shabby job, but the sculptures were made this way on purpose to portray George's carefree attitude towards life. If you notice carefully, the color, size, and shape of the vases that he sculpts changes as the show and his relationship with his wife progresses. What's interesting is the fact that the actor who plays George is an artist in real life, and while he's in no way responsible for the oddly shaped sculptures in the show, his profession as an artist really helped him connect with the character. Costume designing. When it comes to the wardrobe of the show, Helen Wong was hired to take over the job of dressing the cast members, and it's safe to say that she didn't mind going all out. Each character's clothes were designed by keeping in mind their personalities and amplifying the quirks of their personalities. For instance, most of Amy's wardrobe consisted of neutral toned clothes and designer labels, which were in complete contradiction to her loud and quirky personality, which she constantly tries to hide through her portrayal as a professional. Keeping in mind Danny's personality, his wardrobe was created entirely from goodwill, since Helen believes that Danny's character would have stopped purchasing clothes in his early 20s. While it may seem like an easy job to do, wardrobe designers like Helen Wong really add depth to the characters' wardrobes by mirroring their clothes with their personalities, and we have to commend her for all the hard work and effort that she's put in. Episode titles. While most shows tend to make their episodes titles based on the plot of the episode or some major twist that might occur in that particular episode, things were a little different when deciding the names of the episodes. The show is filled with deep literature references, and while that is incredible, all the episode titles are also quotations from some of the greatest authors or some of the famous works of literature. However, these quotes aren't just taken at random, but are carefully selected after vetting the entire theme of the episode so that whatever reference is hidden in the title is relevant. The inspiration to do this comes from the 10th episode of the show, and we do have to admit that it's definitely a very unique and thoughtful idea. Inspiration behind the show. The scene in the show where Amy and Danny enter into a wild road rage chase sets the mood for the entire show and is a pretty captivating moment. According to the director, this was something that actually happened to him in real life, and he was in a particularly bad mood on the day when this happened. He did admit that this real-life incident was what served as the inspiration behind this particular scene. He realized that his reaction to the incident in real life wasn't entirely appropriate, and there was a lot that he needed to work on, which landed him with the plot for the show. Well, guys, this was our take on some interesting behind the scenes facts about the show. So let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and we'll catch you again later in another video.